You're listening to Podcast PXN,
a video game podcast,
delivering player experience news.
Let's go! What is up, guys, and welcome to Podcast PXN, episode 261. 262, sorry. Forgot to change that. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Prindle, aka Dan is DTM on Twitter, and I am joined over Discord by the Nintendo aficionado and artist extraordinaire, Roshan Warner at Roro.
Wow. We're getting a show today. Oh my.
You're not nervous now, huh?
And who are you getting a show from? It is, of course, the host of Large Popcorn and video producer at The Gamer, Christian Macias at ISO Christian.
You want to come play the nervous game? You want to come play the nervous game with me?
Yeah, remember when you did that when I was driving? And
I do.
I
touched the tip.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. And the reformed Tarkov... Wait, reformed? Is that even the right word? I don't even think... The relapsed, I think, is the correct word. No, relapsed would mean you're going back. You're right. The reformed Tarkov Teletubby and fellow Spartan Gage Dempster at Gilbo Biggin.
Happy to be here, Daniel.
Hell yeah. And thank you to everyone who is watching us live and participating in the chat. Shout out Kirik and Glenn. Just as a reminder, we are live each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on youtube.com/@podcastpxn and twitch.tv/podcastpxn as well. The topic of the show this week, guys, is our most anticipated games that are left the rest of the year. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the topic of the show right now. We are also going to go over a little video game calendar for the rest of the year and kind of pull out the highlights here. Games releasing in October. We've got Until Dawn on October 4th. We've got Silent Hill 2 Remake on October 8th. We've got Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred DLC on October 8th as well. We've got Metaphor Re-Fantasio on October 11th. We have... What else do we have? We have Super Mario Party Jamboree on October 17th. We have Gage's Game of the Year, A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead on October 17th. Sorry, I had to do that. We have Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th. We also have Sonic X Shadow Generations on October 25th. We have Life is Strange Double Exposure on October 29th. We have Dragon Age The Veilguard on October 31st. We have Redacted on October 31st as well. Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster on October 31st as well. And then we move into November and we get Mario and Luigi Brothership coming November 7th. Metro Awakening VR on PSVR 2, Quest, and Steam VR on November 7th. Slitterhead on November 8th. What else? Lego Horizon Adventures on November 14th. Path of Exile 2 enters early access on November 15th. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is on November 19th. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl on November 20th. What else? December, we have Marvel Rivals coming to PC on December 6th. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming December 9th. Monument Valley 3 on Netflix coming December 10th. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered coming December 10th. And that pretty much does it unless I missed something that you guys...
You did, but where's Assassin's Creed?
Delayed.
What?
Fuck you guys.
Incredible.
I thought it was funny.
Hey, I
I thought
left.
it was funny. Thank you.
All right. Do you want to talk about the ones that I missed when we get to the games you're most excited for, or do you want to tell us?
It's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Guys, what games are we thinking are our top 3 games for the rest of the year, Q4 2024? Let's go round robin a little bit here. I can start us off because this game I've been excited for, and I think many of us have been very excited for a while now. What is that smile and that? What is that for?
I'll just take this one for myself.
What do you? I think we're gonna have a lot of crossover.
We are
on this list here. So I mean, we can all kind of navigate it together, you know. And that game is Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl, coming on November 20th. We've talked about this a lot. I'm very excited for that game. It looks very atmospheric and very cool. Definitely a different tone than we're used to for shooters, especially lately. I'm a huge fan of the Metro series. I never played the first Stalker game, but from what I've seen thus far of Stalker 2, it feels like they're going for a similar atmospheric approach to the world and storytelling that they're doing. So yeah, I'm very excited to see more and play Stalker 2. Who wants to jump in?
Can I ask why you specifically brought up Redacted?
To be honest, it looked like a familiar name, and that's all. That's why I read out the ones that I recognized the names for.
Did you think Redacted was replaced?
No.
Oh.
No, replaced.
No, Dan's a big roguelike guy. That's why he brought up Redacted.
That's true.
No, I recognized Redacted the name, but I had no idea what the game actually is. So
jumping on your Stalker 2 topic though, yeah, this game. Not only am I excited for like a truly in-depth, like you said, atmospheric RPG shooter. The game last we saw it, and I remember talking about this on the show. It looks a lot more fluid and smooth than I was expecting. Like I was already kind of excited to go into it for the atmosphere, for the setting, kind of like the Metro games. But those games have a little bit of jank. But it doesn't hold the game back because everything else is so great. So I was already on board and really hyped for Stalker 2. In my head, making the same compromises, and then I saw the gameplay, and I was like, "Oh, it looks actually like really good and really fast and really smooth." So everything's lining up to be hopefully a no compromise, great first person RPG shooter. And yeah, this is definitely the top of my list. So this game looks awesome.
Oh,
Where are you playing it, Dan? Because I know Gage is doing PC. Are you gonna do console or are you doing PC?
probably on Xbox, just because that's where I normally play. I sit back on my couch, enjoy it, take the vibes in, you know. And it's not multiplayer
Sometimes I wish
or anything.
it's not. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I wish I had like an OLED. I bet you this would look so good on Dan's OLED.
It would.
Do you know what I mean?
Would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they mentioned what performance options are available for the game? Because that might.
Question.
I'm with you, Dan. I kind of want to play this on the console for the same reason. I just want to sit back, especially if this is going to be a single player kind of just narrative game. But the only thing that will make me play it on PC will be if it's locked at 30. I think I want to play this at 60.
According to John
X, right?
According to John Linneman from Digital Foundry, Stalker 2 runs 60 FPS on Series X.
Nice.
Yeah.
This might be a console game for me then.
No, unless you want 120.
No.
Is it coming to Game Pass or is it not Game Pass? I can't remember.
Yes.
I forget if you mentioned this.
Yes, it is. It is Game Pass, right?
Yep.
believe
for this
so.
game.
That's pretty huge. That's huge. I like that.
Yep.
Last I saw of this game was when they gave their deep dive over the summer, late summer. It's like a 20-minute video with the developers, and most of it looked good. Some of it was like when there was a bunch of ads thrown my way. Like I remember the dogs coming at you. I was like, okay, I can see the gameplay loop behind the presentation of it. But in terms of atmosphere, like the various locales of the exclusion zone look fucking insane. They almost remind me of when you see videos of like cyberpunk mods on PC and like, look how realistic this looks. Except this is like running on PC and Xbox hardware, and it like just looks stunning, just based on like the lighting and the light effects of like fog, the way that works. Very pumped.
Oh yeah. Is that one of your 3, Christian?
That was one of my 3. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How'd you know?
Hell yeah. Ro, what you got? You know, you're the man who plays all of the video games right
the video
now.
games. Stalker is yes. Oh my gosh, it does look beautiful, but it's just like not this type of game that I gravitate towards that much.
For sure.
Is it my turn? Is that
yes.
you're giving? So one of my games on my list is probably no surprise to anybody here is Life is Strange Double Exposure. Looking forward to that. I'm surprised. I was hyped that Max was coming back, as many other Life is Strange fans have been. As the more trailers come out, I'm just like flip-flopping a little bit with my excitement, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know if this is working for me as much as it used to when I was in high school. And True Colors, I felt, was a step up with the writing, but it was still kind of weird. And seeing Max still being written how she was written when she was younger, which is something that people didn't like or found cringe at the time, but I enjoyed. But again, maybe it was because I was younger. But seeing that same dialogue for an adult is just like kind of weird. But I'm still excited for it, just for the drama, even if the story is not crazy. I just enjoy those characters that I think I'll have a good enough time with it. And seeing how far the graphics have come is really crazy to see, especially on those characters like Max. I know this was a topic of conversation at the time where Max doesn't look like herself, and I believe that's true. I think she looks a lot better and almost like a different character. But it's cool. It's cool to see how far Donut has come. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
You know what, Ro? It has to be 100 out of 100 game.
Wait, is it on your list?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah, well, I hope it is. And the soundtrack, like, even if the story isn't good for these games, like they're just moments like where the soundtrack plays and you're just like looking at a scene, and just the vibes are always there. Even if the story isn't, it's just like a good time to sit down and just get lost in the world.
Remember when we wrote the spoiler cast on True Colors?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
that was fun.
It was fun.
I remember.
Trying to debate what my second one is.
I'm gonna Christian Gage. What the heck?
Yeah, Gage.
Yeah, what
Gage,
the hell?
No, Gage. Gage was Stalker.
Okay.
Right? Right, Gage?
That's what you're saying.
Wouldn't you like to know, dude?
My second one is happy birthday on the 5th, Kirik. Hell yeah.
Ooh.
He dropped the deposit on the PS5 Pro. He caved.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Kirik.
Wow, Kirik. Insane.
Where's the dignity? Huh?
I'm going to say my second one, I guess, is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Just for the sheer fact that I want to play some zombies with the boys. And I actually had a good time with the beta. I thought it was a good time. I liked the new movement mechanics. I think that some of the maps were a little bit insane, especially the smaller ones. So I'm excited to play the other maps that are kind of more normal size, and see how those work out with the new sandbox with the new movement and such. But yeah, more interested in the zombies aspect though. Play some zombies.
I'm gonna jump in because Black Ops 6 is my number 2 pick as well.
Nice.
I'm gonna echo everything you said. And in terms of the conversation around, is this just another Call of Duty? Is it actually that good? Yada, yada, yada. I'm gonna get unnecessarily deep with this, where it's like, when people talk about, are we living in a simulation? And it's like, it doesn't matter because we're here, experiencing life. Is this just another Call of Duty? Is it actually that much better than the ones that came before it? I don't know, but when I was playing the beta with the boys, cracking beers and sniping heads, it felt great. It felt fun. So, regardless of how this lands critically, I think I'm in this one for the long haul. I mean, I say that now, but 2 months after launch, I might be done with it. But like you said, Dan, I am more than ready to squat up with the boys, play some zombies, play some multiplayer. The movement felt great in that game. And I liked most of the maps that I played. I thought the map design was pretty refreshing and varied. Yeah, I'm here for Black Ops 6.
You believe these guys, Ro? What's your first anticipated game? Oh, this shooter. Well, how about the second one? Oh, let's see here. Oh, I guess this other shooter. Gage, what are you playing right now? Oh, new season of this shooter.
All right, Christian, tell us your number 2 pick.
Let me tell you about the shooter.
Oh, Octopath Traveler 3 from Kenji Nomeo.
I haven't played a single Octopath game. No, clap back, bro. Clap back. Let me hear it. Let me hear you say it.
At least it's different.
Yeah.
Here comes Christian's indie shooter.
God, again.
Risk of Rain? Secrets of the Risk of Rain 2? I almost bought the DLC the other day, Daniel. Just for fun, just on a whim. I didn't do it though.
You wanted to.
I wanted to.
Have you guys talked? This is just because of what Gage said just now. Have you guys talked about the Kojima film at all? Is that like maybe in the?
That happened over the weekend, dog.
We did. Okay, so good.
The Kojima. Sorry, you cut out. What is the Kojima?
The
what?
photo mode for Death Stranding.
All the announcements from TGS from his panel, which were rightfully fantastic.
Yeah, should put that right now. Christian, what game is it?
Oh, I'm gonna throw out Fear the Spotlight as one of my favorites, most anticipated. That's the Blumhouse indie horror one. I like checking out indie horror games. They're usually the most like interesting, usually of the horror genre. This seems like a fun little one that I can experience, sit down for a couple of hours and get. There's another game on here on this list that I can't talk about for work reasons. So I'm throwing out another game in a similar genre. Yeah, Fear the Spotlight. Very excited for that one.
Hell yeah. Ro, do you have another one there, a number 2 or?
I do, and I know Gage. I mean, Gage was just, Christian was just calling out Gage and Dan for being predictable. I'm going to be predictable probably with my next pick, which is Sonic and Shadow Generations is my next pick, which I believe it comes out this month. Very excited. Again, it's just the same as Generations brought up, but with a new story with Shadow. And they look really good. I'm liking what I've seen in the previews. I like, I think almost every Sonic fan loves Shadow. He's just so cool, and his backstory is extra angsty for no reason. And they're adding more onto that, giving more history for that character, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do. But yeah, I'm always excited for more Sonic. There's not really much I can say since it is kind of the old game again. But I'm excited for the new content that they're adding on to it.
Keanu.
Yeah, which that is one of the things they're adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. All right. My third game, final game, is going to be predictable, and Christian's going to be,
The
Third game.
Halo Season 4. I don't know, man.
They haven't done
it's been a long
seasons in
day
a
today.
long time, so. My third game is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I have absolutely loved what Machine Games has done. I loved Wolfenstein 2, and even the spin-offs that they made of that. The old Blood and New Blood both were great. So I'm very excited to see what they do with Indiana Jones. Everything I've seen thus far, I feel like I'm going to vibe with this game, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. Combining that Indiana Jones action adventure with a little bit of shooting and whip action in between there.
I think the thing that's like really excited about it is like there's not really a lot of games sort of filling in the like action adventure void right now in terms of like with like a cool story. Indiana Jones fits that, right? And I think the puzzle aspect of that also is gonna help make that experience kind of shine. Like I got a good scratch out of it with like the Uncharted series, but I also get like on the movie side, that's why I rock so heavy with the National Treasure movies or whatever. Because I like that kind of stuff. They feel kind of pulpy and they are like the cool puzzles. But yeah, Indiana Jones for sure I think is gonna have some fun with it. And it almost, I don't know, immersive simmy is maybe not the right immersive sim light maybe. Seems like it kind of leans into that, and that sounds like a fun one for like a December game when there's not much in that last month.
Oh yeah. Go home at on Christmas Eve and play some Indiana Jones. Gage?
Indiana Jones.
Wow, we have the same list.
No. That was the introduction to me to be like, I'm not excited for it.
Oh, fuck off.
No, I don't care about the boomer shooter. But what I will throw in here, because there are some games that I'm excited for that don't have an official release date and will probably get bumped. I would probably put those on my list, but I'm not going to because it's not confirmed. So I'll just throw one in there, which is Alien Rogue Incursion. It's just a VR game coming out in December, I believe. Maybe November. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know. I went to go see Romulus, and I had a really fun time with it, regardless of how the movie is. Technically, I had a very, very fun time with it. And I was thinking to myself, I haven't played an Alien game in a very, very long time. And I'm kind of craving that cat and mouse horror game. And a part of me is like, maybe I could go back and play Alien Isolation, was it called?
Yeah.
But I've already played that. And I don't know, something about the Alien in VR, I feel like that's a really good mix of setting and genre, and that could be very, very fun. And
scary.
And terrifying, exactly. And as some of the boys on this podcast will know, I've kind of gotten back into VR a little bit, and so this might be a good excuse to put the headset back on again.
Is that multiplayer?
I don't believe so, unfortunately. I think it's just a single player experience.
Gotcha. Christian, did you have a third one?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw. Did Ro give his third?
Not yet. Ro?
Then I'll speak for the both of us. Ro?
Wow.
Ro, I'm very excited. I'm sure as you are for Metaphor Refantasio. I think that game is going to be great. I am scared of the length because I know how long Atlas games are. Like I know the moniker for Persona 5 was take your time, but I also kind of hesitate to start lengthy games like that because I want to like, once I'm in it, I'm going to be locked in for a while. But I don't know, man. It seems like everything that Atlas is doing is taking the series that we kind of expected from Persona, but shifting it into like a new setting, new aesthetics, and then kind of pushing the medium forward a little bit with the formulas they've already kind of have been excelling at. Very excited. I don't know when I'll start it. I don't think I'll start it immediately just because there's a couple of things that I need to be doing in October and November for work that I'm really excited about. But towards the end of the year, if I have some time, this is the one that I really want to sit down for like a month and just sit down and experience some really cool story. So I think Metaphor is a really exciting one for me.
Yeah, Christian guessed correctly. That was my third for sure. For all the same reasons he mentioned. Well, I think they're doing some really cool stuff with, again, what Christian said, bouncing off of what they have already done so well and just expanding on it with the combat. I'm always surprised with how incredible the UI is for all their games, and every time I'm so impressed. Like, how do they keep making it sexier and more cool? Like every time they always find a new vibe to go with their game, and it always looks beautiful. I'm actually excited about the length, and I usually am not when it comes to games like this, but the last time I played a JRPG was Tales of Arise, and I had such a great time just getting lost in that world for the JRPG time, which is usually 80 hours or longer. So I'm looking for something like that as someone who recently hasn't been playing a lot of games. Just getting lost in one for a really long time sounds exciting to me, and being Atlas and an Atlas fan and Persona fan, this being that one game could be very exciting. So I hope I do get the chance to play it soon, and spending 80 hours or 200 hours in that world, I hope is going to be fulfilling because it looks really fun. And I like all the characters that they've shown up. The character art looks so cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited.
Instead of trying to find games for Ro to play, we're going to have to try to find Ro in this game. Going to be diving deep.
Gonna be diving deep. I hope.
I think Fumitsu for their review beat it in around 80 to 90. And of course that's not even playing like everything.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like 80 to 90 like a peak where nothing is like repetitive.
It's true. It is so good. I don't know yet. I haven't played it, but I speak of the past Persona and JRPGs that are similar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me as well.
80 to 90 hours? Is it going to be seconds or minutes, Gage?
80 minutes.
Yeah,
80 to 90 minutes. I don't know. That could be like a really cool, like, oh, this indie game was perfect length and it was in and out. 80, 90 hours. Oh my god.
It is a lot.
Just double the length of fucking Red Dead 2.
How many hours you got in the finals?
How many hours you got in me?
Not enough, dude. Not enough.
All right. Incredible. Any other special things you want to shout out before we go on?
I want to shout out the finals.
Oh.
Yeah.
This one's really random, but the Pokemon trading card game for iOS, I'm actually looking forward to that because I've been wanting to collect Pokemon cards, but I also don't want to spend money. And my girlfriend's really into it, so this is a way that I could do that without doing the actual thing. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. That's the end of the month. I'm looking forward to collecting some cards. Whoa, what happened?
I'm sorry. I just saw something.
What did you see?
Never mind. We'll talk about it here.
No.
In a second. Just 1 second. We'll talk about it.
You see one of those Discover More tweets like last week?
No. No, I don't know if this is right. This is insane.
That face. It's like, oh man.
I was preparing the next segment and I just saw something and I'm
Saw some unspeakable things.
I want to know.
Well, let's dive into it then. Here we go into the fantasy draft check-in.
Don't tell me you saw the Metacritic.
One game for OpenCritic here has gotten a score of -14 right now. It's not I don't think it's final yet, but it's at -14 at a 52 point overall. Anyone want to guess if you don't know what it is? Anyone want to guess? Okay.
Oh, sorry. If you don't know what it is, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
Anyone want to guess?
I'm guessing it's my game, right? It's got to be my fucking game. This is how it goes.
It is Starfield Shattered Space? Question mark. I clicked into it. It only has 5 reviews right now, mind you. So there's still, assuming there's still a bunch more reviews to come. But yeah, that's not a good start for it, which is kind of crazy because I thought I saw some positive reception from it. But
you saw one score that was the 90 from
I
think Xbox era or something else, and Metacritic shared that as like their the reviews are rolling in.
Yeah,
and that was it. And everyone else is like not excited about this DLC.
Oh, so sorry,
or
Gage.
not hot on that. Yeah,
so sorry, Gage. Damn it!
-14 is awesome, dude.
That's insane.
I hate you so much.
That's literally.
Why?
I think that's a new record low for us. I think.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, Gage, to be honest, like this is exactly like us playing Pummel Party. You get the award for having the lowest scored game of the entire.
That's how you get out of last every time. Is because they do the rewards at the end, and it's like, oh, the person who sucked the most. Here's a fucking trophy, man.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god, this is stupid. I'm not.
That's so unfortunate.
Say it with me. Fantasy League is a dumb game for dumb people.
Oh,
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
I love
actually
how
crazy.
Dan was like, it's only a couple of reviewers right now, and I was like, yeah, it could go up, but it could also go down.
Right.
It get worse.
That is true.
But it
I
probably
don't know
won't.
what I was thinking.
Probably won't.
Wait till your counterpick. Wait till your counterpick rolls in for Dragon Age.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
What did Starfield review at? I think that's what my brain was. Oh, Starfield got whatever, 80 something. I'll just get Shattered Space. Fucking.
Yeah. I mean, that's
the logic made sense.
Yeah.
Like, it should be as good as the game.
right.
No, I should have known better because fucking. Oh my god.
That's rough.
-14.
That's rough.
I can still bring it.
Football Manager. Don't worry.
Trying to see. Okay, those aren't out yet. So we've got some games that are coming out next week that don't have scores yet. So we may have to tune back in next week for those. But I think last week, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom came out. I don't know if the score went or changed at all, but it's at 86 for 16 points for Christian. So some big points there.
Positive, right?
Oh yeah, positive.
Yeah, I've never got a negative on my fantasy before.
If you draft a Nintendo game, I don't even know if it's possible to get negative points, right? Like first party.
They're not all crazy, you know. Like Princess Peach Showtime was like in the low 70s, I think.
Right, but still positive.
All right, yeah. It can be me. Yeah, you're right.
That's fine because you know what? Black Ops 6, Stalker 2, Hollow Knight Silksong released this week. And Silent Hill 2 remake and Rift of the Necromancer. If they all get 90 plus, then I can come third, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Silksong is the first game to get a 250 out of 100 on OpenCritic.
Oh shit. All right, so just to keep everyone apprised of the points, Gage is in.
Yeah. Do the roundup. Come on.
Hey, do it in reverse order.
In reverse order, so first or last?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
First. Okay, so in first, we have Christian Macias's team. Eternal Rose Software has 154 points.
God.
Yes.
He's running away.
He has had 11 games released. And Roe, with also 11 games released, is sitting at 120 points in a close second. I say close, but it's pretty big gap there.
Yeah.
And then I am lagging behind here in third with 111 points, but I only have 9 games released. So I'm 2 behind you guys right now. So we'll see. I might catch up. I probably won't, though, looking at the games list. But you never know.
You never know, dude.
I am the reigning champion until the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Please wrap it up. Please wrap it up.
Dude. All right, we'll wrap it up, Jeff Keighley. Moving on here, let's go into what? What's
Oh my goodness.
what?
Not gonna.
What happened?
Nothing.
Nothing. We're having fun.
Oh, in last place,
Oh, yeah,
Fantasy Critic Gage has 30 points. I forgot. Yeah, I was like, what's so funny?
It's not even worth mentioning, right? That's why you forgot, because the score's so low that it's not even worth bringing up.
Shit, I'm so sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving into our PXN news of the week. Our first item here, Horizon. We've got what happened, Christian?
30 points is crazy.
We're moving on.
PXN news of the week. Horizon news.
Ready,
What?
Get the ranch ready, Gage.
The ranch and the wings.
All right, I'm done now.
Ranch.
I'm done for real now.
All right.
Horizon stuff.
We've got some Horizon news. So shortly after the reveal of the PS5 remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn, Sony has doubled the price of the PlayStation 4 version of Horizon Zero Dawn. And of course, this comes after they pulled it from the PlayStation Collection as well. This shit is kind of, I don't like this, but I do understand why they're doing it, because the price point is a $10 upgrade from the PS4 version. So they're matching the cost of the PS5 remaster. But in my opinion, I've said this before, I think it's kind of shitty. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's just like artificially inflating a game for no fucking reason.
Yeah. And anyways. And then also our next thing with Horizon, Guerilla's next game is reportedly the live service Horizon game. It is the multiplayer project with the proper Horizon 3 sequel, whatever that would be, being a ways off, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. He told Spawnwave Spawncast that the promised Horizon 3 might be a ways off. However, Guerrilla is in an interesting place because they're working on this Horizon Online game that I'm not sure how many people want that. They've got this Horizon Zero Dawn remaster coming and the Lego game coming. What happens if neither of those hit and it turns out that there isn't a ton of interest in Horizon anymore? Are they still going to do the online game? There are a lot of questions around their strategy and around that online game that I certainly have coming from Schreier. So, yeah, this is interesting to say the least. I wanted to gather our thoughts of what do we think we would... First, I want to gather your thoughts on what you think the reasoning is that we're getting the live service game before a proper, I guess, trilogy end. I don't know. I didn't even finish the second game, so I don't even know if it ends in a cliffhanger. But
no, you didn't finish the game?
No, shut up. Also, I want to know what you think that we would have to see in order for you to be interested in this live service Horizon game.
Nothing.
Well, there's got to be something that would, like, a unique feature or something.
In order for me to be really excited about this Horizon game, I would have to, halfway through the next deep dive trailer, like say there's a 5-minute trailer, right? We get like a deep dive of it, and at the 2-minute 50 mark, she looks up and ODST drop pods are flying through the sky and they land, and the door pops open and it's Master Chief. and he's like, I'm here to save this franchise. And then I'd be like, oh fuck, here we go. Let's fucking go.
Jesus. Incredible. I think, honestly, Horizon is not, we've talked about it before. Horizon's not a super exciting franchise. However, I think if they were to come into this space with something unique that we haven't seen before, remember there's been so many games before, and it's usually indie games like Christian talks about all the time that kind of innovate and show us new things and new ways to do things. But if this game were to show us something different, like, for instance, Tarkov really redefined the space of an extraction shooter by creating interest in that. PUBG with Battle Royale, obviously they didn't create it, but they helped popularize it and then led to Fortnite. I'm just thinking if they were able to come up with something as interesting as those things were when they were first unveiled, that maybe, just maybe, this could do something.
I feel like Christian's about to say something.
Yeah, you go first.
The only thing that comes to my mind when I think of a live service game is stuff that has been done before, like a Monster Hunter sort of thing. Like, I can think of, obviously I can't think of the new ideas because they haven't revealed yet, but like, I think they could also do like a very solid version of something that has been done before, like the Monster Hunter stuff, like hunting those I forget what they're called, but the mechanical dinosaurs in that world could be fun to do with your friends, I guess. But again, I don't know how long that enjoyment will last. For like we mentioned, from a franchise that not a lot of people find that exciting. But yeah, I don't know what they could do, honestly, to get me excited.
There's one thing that would get me excited, I guess, and that's free. If it were free, I would at least check it out. But if it's a paid thing, there is nothing they can do to garner interest, because I don't. For me, the world isn't a selling point. I think the world is kind of, even in the game proper, it's still sort of missing an extra little something to make it like a truly memorable and special world. Combat is a bit better. I have issues with the combat in the second game. I think the first one probably played the best. I can't imagine, again, the live service with a cooperative element playing as good as a polished first-party game. And then when it comes to art style, we've seen the leaked images of both like the key art, right? I guess like some kind of art style of what it's supposed to look like, and then what it actually looks like in-game. Granted, it's not going to look like that in the final version. It's still a working draft of that game. But even then, the character models and overall art style still looks uninspired compared to other games in the live service space that are doing more inspired things, like your Deadlocks, like your Frag Punks. I don't know if there's anything you can do to make me sit down and want to invest time into a Horizon live service game. I'm sorry, I don't think there is. And okay, Dan, I am being a little bit hyperbolic because you're right. Like, the thing you mentioned about indies, like if there is some kind of interesting pitch for the gameplay loop, something that's actually interesting with the way it involves its mechanics, then sure, like that could be something to get us back into it. But I as of right now, I don't know what I could see to make me want to be in the loop of like, let's go hunt some robot dinosaurs again, but with more people ad infinitum. That doesn't sound like fun to me.
And I don't know, like, what else could they do with that world besides, like, that's like the only logical thing that I could see them doing as a live service game. You can't do a shooter. You can't do
base building, maybe something like that.
So this is the
defend
tricky
yourself
part.
from monsters, I guess, right?
Or other people.
Right, true, other factions.
Right. But what Dan was saying earlier, and this is the tricky part with what Dan was saying and with what Ro was saying, is that, Dan, you're saying, oh, there's lots of indie games that are busting onto the scene and making a name for themselves with finding really unique gameplay loops and innovative gameplay mechanics. But the problem is, like Ro was saying, is that this game is part of a franchise. So whatever interesting gameplay ideas they come up with has to fit to the core gameplay loop that's already been established, which makes me think that
That's
it's
fair.
going to be something like a Monster Hunter type thing, which maybe the game ends up playing well, maybe it ends up having a unique sort of look to it. But in terms of like having a unique feel, like I don't know, it's kind of it's in a corner, right? Because it has to exist in this franchise that's established itself already. So could it do something unique? Sure, but can it do something wholly unique while still fitting into the format of what has come before it? I don't know. That's the thing. I think from the leaks, Christian just mentioned it now, but from what I remember from the leaks is that there was a base building aspect. There was a kind of Fortnite-esque type thing where you can build traps to lure dinosaurs and funnel them in, and harvesting resources was going to be a big part of it. Which again is stuff like, okay, we've seen this before. So what? I don't know. I made a joke earlier, but for me, I'm in the same boat as Christian. There's not a whole lot it can do to interest me in like pursuing this game. The only thing it can do is be free, in which case, like Christian said, yeah, I'll download it and try it.
That's totally fair. I think all of you have really great points. I think the first thing I was thinking about was what could they lean into that would make this at least somewhat interesting to me. And for me, the biggest hook of Horizon for me is the enemy designs and even to an extent some of the world building design. Like, I think back to my first time playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I love dinosaurs. I loved them growing up as a kid, and I still fucking, anytime there's dinosaurs that show up, I love them. So like fighting against like your first Thunderjaw in Horizon Zero Dawn was so cool, and I just think like if they were able to create really cool encounters with a wide variety of different mechanical dinosaur, I just think that there's a potential there that they could come up with some cool things. I agree with you, Christian, that the gameplay of the Horizon games aren't necessarily like super exciting to me. Like there's some exciting pieces of it, but it doesn't always put it all together. So like if this game were able to do that and kind of piece everything together and make it feel a bit more fun in the moment-to-moment gameplay, I think it could be interesting. And yeah, have more variety of enemies, like I was saying, like have more unique dinosaurs. I think that would be really cool to lean into that aspect.
They could expand on what they're already good at, like the tall neck or whatever I forget what it's called, but I think it is a tall neck. But yeah, that was a cool moment. But having even more of those, like making new monsters, new dinosaurs, that could be cool. Like, and like having, like you could do like raid bosses, sort of style, like with your friends, and that could be cool. Like they design special encounters
Also, I was thinking like fucking if you could ride like a pterodactyl, like a fucking mount, that would be so cool. Like, because I'm like in Halo, it's always this goes back. Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't finish the second game. That's correct, but I'm saying like more experiences like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be that verbatim, but like just that kind of stuff. Like that's cool to me. Like I love vehicles and that kind of stuff in my other games that I like Halo and such. So I would be more interested to see stuff like that where they use the enemies to help further the combat. Because like if you're riding a pterodactyl and you're having a boss encounter with a massive dinosaur or something, like there's like, I don't know, there's a lot more cool things rather than just shoot the orange glowy thing. Like have more intricate mechanics to the boss battles, and I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential there.
I see what you're saying.
I can't believe we live in a fucking world where we're getting a Horizon live service game, but Naughty Dog's extraction shooters got fucking canned. Come on now. In my ideal world, Daniel, this is what Guerilla's doing. They're working on the trilogy while also having a second smaller team work on either bringing Killzone back or doing some kind of new IP after the fact, and just You know, letting Horizon exist as like a secondary IP with like partnerships like your Lego Horizons. It's showing up in other games.
Maybe that happens. Maybe this game gets canceled because, like Jason alluded to, maybe the remaster doesn't do that well. Maybe Lego Horizon doesn't do that well, and maybe they're like, maybe we shouldn't do this live service Horizon game.
Horizon, the sequel did okay. I looked at the figures just now, and it's at, I think it was at 8.4 million. Compare that to God of War sequel. That one was sold at launch, I think it was like 12 or 14 million. And the first game, the first Horizon game, lifetime sales of that is in the 23 million range. But at launch, it was just under a mil, 700,000 units at launch. So compare the two in terms of like how long they've like after Horizon's the first Zero Dawn's launch and then Forbidden West launch, then I think relatively speaking, the sequel did do better. But yeah, I don't know, man. For a live service game that you need to like be sinking like mechanical depth into to garner interest long term. Because I'm not a dev. Because I'm not a dev who's fucking smart. You know, I fail to see how they can make this world interesting.
Fair enough. All right. Let's move into our other news item, which is Death Stranding 2. Got a bunch of announcements at Tokyo Game Show. Hideo Kojima.
Who wrote this? Who wrote that?
What? I think that was Gage. That would be my bet. Gage Dempster.
This guy a couple months ago was like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing through Death Stranding. It was fucking pretty fun, actually."
It's fun.
Now he's pretending to be a hater for no reason.
I'm not a hater person. Also, we can't talk about what the audience can't see. Daniel,
That's
please,
true.
with our next.
That's a good point. All right, so Kojima showcased the game's new photo mode, allowing players to interact with characters like Fragile, Tomorrow, and Sunny. Didn't realize those were character names in a more engaging manner. Kojima explained you can create Polaroid-like images of these moments. The demo featured Dolman dancing alongside Sam as players enjoy. Dollman dancing alongside Sam as players enjoyed the ability to manipulate camera angles in real time. In addition to gameplay features, Kojima also revealed plans for exclusive merchandise designed in collaboration with renowned designer Orolson Hugh and artist Yoji Shinkawa. The new Death Stranding jackets are retailing at approximately $1,749. What the
Yeah. You're unfamiliar with acronym, I suppose.
That's
Daniel?
correct.
Acronym is a techwear company. They fall more in line of like more high fashion techwear, but even still, just regular techwear runs a lot pricier because of the material that they use. It's pretty fucking good material, and acronym being more of like leaning towards fashion but still functional.
Sure.
It's why it's so expensive. And then it's a partnership too, like an exclusive item. A lot of fucking yen for that.
That's a lot.
Three PlayStation Pros to be precise.
No, 1,000? What was it?
$1,700.
Well, US it's like 2.5 PS5 Pros.
2.5. That's true. Oh yeah, I think Canadian. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. These jackets will cater to both fans and characters in the game. A pop-up shop is also set to open at Parco Shibuya in Tokyo on November 8th, celebrating the 5th anniversary of the original game's launch. Kojima also noted that the development is only 30 to 40% complete, which is interesting. Obviously, polish is the last thing that happens, so that makes sense. But yeah, you guys
I just want to say thank you, Kojima, for inventing photo mode for video games. I can't wait to see what this looks like.
I'm gonna assume you didn't see the Daichi Miura clip from Death Stranding.
No, I have not. What is that?
Here, I'll send it to the group chat. That way you guys can all see it. You can just scrub through it really quickly.
Okay.
It's better if I don't say anything and just let you kind of just scrub through to see what I'm talking about. He says 30 to 40%, but he also talks about the game being in like shape for release next year, and that they already have a release date, but they doesn't want to announce it yet, and that they're just moving on to like actual polish yet. I think. Oh, sorry, 30 to 40% was not the development. That was the Japanese VO.
Oh,
not development. That's
if
I remember right.
That? I don't know.
Here you go. Sending this to the PXN Twitter chat. And then once one person starts watching, I can tell you what it is.
Okay.
Okay. So if you remember, Dollman is a character in Death Stranding 2 played by actor Faith Atkin, who's like a claymation character. So he's animated at a different animation style to the other characters. And Daichi Miura is apparently doing music for the game. So the way that Daichi Miura is a Japanese pop artist, and so the way they did this to announce it is that they just did a music video in the game. So there are 3 or 4 Dollmans on a table, like a physical table in the game that you can like sit in the the Bridges ship, and then Daichi Miura just shows up, and they're doing like a J-pop like choreographed dance in the game, in real time. I thought that was just fucking insane.
I think it's cool. It's a banger too. Just a second.
Not bad.
That's pretty cool.
Move over,
cool.
Monster Energy drinks.
Oh, God.
That is cool. Yeah. So yeah. Are you guys excited for the photo mode though?
People are gonna be foul with that, dude.
I know people.
Oh shit.
Like, if Elle Fanning didn't have shoes on,
Oh
people
my
would be going
God.
feral, I think.
People is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this sentence.
Are you implying that to me? I'm not a feet guy.
Incredible. All right. If that's all for news of the week.
Well, hold on. I'm excited. I'm very curious to see how they handle that with like out in the world photo mode, or if that's only like when you're on bridges and you're carrying around a Polaroid. I remember in Red Dead you can like you have a physical camera on there that you can like get a tripod for and set up, at the timer go off, and you go stand in front of it, and you can like take a picture of yourself as Arthur.
That is cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that was awesome. I wonder how that works with like out in the world when you're delivering shit.
Take a picture of your postmaster. You want to take a picture of people delivering shit. Get it? All right. Any other comments before we move on? Christian's just shaking in disdain towards me.
No, I just said no.
No.
Any other comments? No, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Moving into our street meets, let's run some shit over. And there's one item here. Blizzard is possibly making a StarCraft shooter? ? With ex Far Cry chief Dan Hay working on this. Word comes from Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier, again speaking to Podcast Unlocked. about his new book, Play Nice: The Rise, Fall, and Future of Blizzard Entertainment. Wow, great product placement. You're welcome, Jason. Hayes' StarCraft shooter is mentioned in the book, and Ryan McCaffrey asked Jason Schreier if it's likely to come out. He said, if it's not canceled, this is Blizzard after all. Their history with StarCraft shooters is not good. He said, yes, this is a project that, as far as I know, is in development, or at least as of the time that I wrote this book was in development. They are working on a StarCraft shooter. StarCraft is not dead at Blizzard. So I guess they're trying to get StarCraft back out of the ashes again.
Are there any StarCraft fans in this podcast?
Never played it.
No, me neither.
Even though that's kind of my job. I love RTSs. So I feel like I would like it. I don't know. All right, let's go into the quick bites. Does Christian want me to talk about that breaking news first?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, what's the breaking news, Christian?
Breaking news: the Fortnite limited edition DualSense is now up for pre-order on sites like Walmart and Amazon, your retailers, and it costs more than the 30th anniversary limited edition controller by $5. This disgusting controller costs more than that 30th anniversary one, man. That's crazy.
It's because it comes with V-Bucks.
Does it really?
No,
or are you just joking?
No, I'm fucking around. I don't know.
Because that would make sense.
That would make sense if it did.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. It was just fucking around.
Better come with V-Bucks if you expect me to hold.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
That controller's nasty though, right?
Terrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Wow.
But a kid is going to see that in EB games and say, "Mom, can I get that?"
Man.
Mom, please.
I need it. Mom.
Like cheap jokes aside, this might actually be the ugliest limited edition controller from any from Xbox, from PlayStation, from Nintendo. This might take the crown. This just looks like
the crown, huh?
The crown.
The Victory Royale, the crown.
Victory Royale.
I remember people not liking the LeBron James one, but at least it was like one color.
Right.
But it also
like
had
visually. Oh yeah. Sure.
This one's just so loud.
They're trying to attract the kids with this color scheme, kind of like Dr. Disrespect.
Oh no! Who said that?
But that piece of shit. All right. How are people still supporting him? Anyways, we're not going down that road again. That's insane. All right, moving on. What the fuck happened to the Game Informer stuff at their studio? People wondered that. We have
messed up.
Yeah, it is messed up. Some people from MinMax, of course, formerly of Game Informer, visited a GameStop at the Mall of America to discover that their statue from Dark Souls, I believe, is actually sitting right in the entrance of the GameStop there. Insane. And apparently they talked to the manager, I think, inside the GameStop, and basically the manager told them that they were told that they could go and basically get whatever they wanted. Boom.
Yeah, managers from Minnesota, right here, that tweet. We later learned that GameStop pulled in managers from Minnesota to load the U-Hauls and move Game Informer stuff down to GameStop HQ in Texas, into their old studio space specifically. Mixed reports on how much they were personally allowed to keep things that like were donated to like the Game Informer closet, and that just multiple managers went in and just kind of like pulled stuff just for their stores, just to display in the store, maybe sell, I guess, down the line. What a disgusting company GameStop is, huh?
Yeah, that's not good.
So the stuff that was in the office was originally given to the office or to the staff at the office? Like,
well,
you know what I mean? Like, were they allowed to make use of the stuff that was gifted, or was it just office decoration, like how it's being used for GameStop right now?
oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, if the stuff belonged to Game Informer and then Game Informer dissolves and then the stuff goes to GameStop, I feel like that's not that big a deal.
No. So
Just,
a lot of what was in the Game Informer like closet, not obviously the statues those were gifts and stuff, but a lot of the other things were people donating their personal stuff to Game Informer, like to like include as like like for like the collection of like the Game Informer closet and the various things around the office. That was like personally given to Game Informer from employees.
right. I
And
have
then now
my
it's
own
just like they
collector's
just
edition. I
distributed
will
it.
lend it to the office so it looks cool.
Yes.
Office closes down. Office takes all my shit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was confused. Okay.
and in this case,
Yucky.
yeah. And in this case, I think just them discovering, Min-Max discovering this was like just kind of gross to them because they were like, man, this was not gross, but like it was just super weird because they're like, this was
Right.
our identity. Like this was us.
They weren't given the opportunity to take any of their stuff back. It was just like
Right.
just given to the GameStop employees.
For sure.
Like at the very least, like, okay, here, set some things aside for like, here are the things that you can't take because it was like not given to, or like not for any specific person. But
Right.
you know, why not give the employees an opportunity to take their own stuff back?
For sure. All right. Next item. People were freaking out for a minute there. PlayStation ads started appearing in backgrounds of people's consoles, and we're like, what the frick's going on? Apparently, Sony commented and said, a tech error with the official news feature on the PS5 console has since been resolved. There have been no changes to the way game news is displayed on PS5. So remain calm, everyone. It was just a bug, according to PlayStation.
I
Or
thought they
was
were
it?
lying. I thought they were lying until I read that this happened before.
Oh,
Like they had an update a couple, I think it was last year, that also like it had the same issue and they fixed it within a day. And the same thing happened this time, and then the servers go down for like what, hours? So I'm leaning more towards like actually might have been some kind of weird bug on the server side for them to have fucking issues like after one of their big updates gets pushed to everyone. Okay, maybe they weren't, but it does feel like one of the things they would do. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
I think I'm just super cynical, but a part of me is like they're gonna keep doing this once every 2 years until they do it one time and nobody says anything, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna
Believe it.
Yeah.
The reason why I think it was actual bug is because like even the text that you're seeing, like the overlaid text for your dashboard, is hard to read over the text that's in this background. So I feel like that, yeah, they wouldn't do that to where you can't, functionally use your console. So, yeah. We'll believe
Some of
you
those
this
look
time.
ugly though, man. Like those,
Yeah,
yeah. The news stories, like, oh,
for sure. We have more confirmed PS5 Pro enhanced games being confirmed via the PlayStation Store. There's a massive list here. I probably don't need to go over all of them, but there's like, I want to say 30 some games now. So if you want to check out that list, go to IGN. They've got a whole list here, but they confirmed a bunch more games. So that at least that's good for people that are upgrading to have more games to look forward to when you get your Pro. And just as a side note, you can still order the PS5 Pro right now. It is not sold out as of yet. I know we talked about last week, maybe they have a super small supply just to like fake running out or whatever. And that is not the case. They have plenty of those available, except for if you wanted the anniversary edition. That is long since gone. And somehow Dan got one of those, and yeah, sent a text message to good old Sean Babiak, the former pride of PlayStation, and said, hey, do you want this? Because I know he's really into the PlayStation ecosystem. He's had all the consoles and everything. And he immediately told me that, yeah, I would absolutely get this. And then he told me to say on the next episode that I should change my intro name to Dan the Scalper Crucifier Brindle on this episode. So there you go. That's straight from Sean.
That is unnecessarily metal.
Yeah.
Now, just for clarification on the verbiage that PlayStation has been using, this list of PlayStation 5 Pro games, if a game is on this list, that just means that it has the option to run at both performance and fidelity at the same time, right? That's the hook of what makes a PlayStation 5 Pro game, is that it can be run in both at the same time. That's what the thing is.
I think
every game is different, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly what you're saying. I think it just depends on what they're choosing, but all of these games are enhanced so by PS5 Pro. So it could be what you're saying, where they are using quality mode at performance frame rates, but it's entirely up to the developer.
It could also mean not that. That's interesting.
Right.
Cool.
Like I think there was cases where some games are PS5 Pro enhanced, but they don't run at 60. I think it's like it caps out at like 55 or something instead of actual 60. So like you don't want to label it a performance mode or whatever. It is a little bit nebulous though. A little too nebulous.
Right.
As nebulous as an Overwatch Netflix series that was apparently in development at one point and was reportedly canceled after Activision Blizzard sued Netflix in 2020 for poaching its CFO. Could have had an Overwatch series.
A lot of news coming out about this week about the game director of Overwatch. I forget his name. Kaplan? No. What was that dude's name?
I think Kaplan was his name. I didn't know he's still there.
No. I don't think he is, but a lot of news about like the pipeline between Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 and like how like the actually clashing ideologies within the internal development teams and how you ended up getting to 2-1. It was kind of interesting. It's curious at all. Just want to say, damn, that's crazy, and move on. Oh, no one. Okay.
What?
I said, do you want me to tell you what it was, or do you want to say, damn, that's crazy, and just move on?
Oh,
I thought you said, Dan, that's crazy. Move on. I thought that's what you said. No. Okay.
So he was offered a bigger development team because they were working with like 30 to 40, and he was offered to continue working on Overwatch 1 after the success. He was offered a Call of Duty sized team, to which he declined because he said that his opinion that smaller teams make better games. Which, like, you know, depending on what they wanted to do with Overwatch 1, maybe could have been valid. But apparently his reasoning was that he wanted to focus on making a single player experience. Sorry, not single player. A PvE experience. Whereas the game was trending PvP. And that created a lot of friction between what kind of support you were getting for Overwatch 1 proper. Which is why you only got X amount of like heroes and like content, even any kind of game content releasing for PvP, just because most of the team was being forced to work on other stuff. And then even still, there was kind of not infighting, but like just clashing philosophies. And then which led to them just abandoning Overwatch 1 after a while and like releasing Overwatch 2 with like not that much stuff. Because the focus again was on PvE, and now that's just like actually abandoned. Kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
What a fumble.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
On both fronts, on the series, because I think that could have been cool, and the game. It had such like a good what's the word I'm looking for? Runway, I guess, with its release in 2016. Well, we do know what happened. Christian just told us. But yeah.
People love that lore, dude. That series could have been huge for like just keeping Overwatch fans like fed, you know?
Yeah.
Bolstering interest in that game. Crazy.
All right. Moving on to our next quick bite. Tango Gameworks was reportedly working with a 6-month build of Hi-Fi Rush 2 before Microsoft shut them down. Development was on hold until Krafton finished the IP acquisition. Which I saw some scuttlebutt about this online that I guess they were also working on some kind of Evil Within content, like not a whole new game, but like some other Evil Within stuff, which that makes me so sad. But it left it very vague on who the IP owner of the Evil Within is. It made it sound like Krafton didn't want to deal with trying to acquire other IPs that they own other than Hi-Fi Rush. So it sounds like maybe Microsoft owns the Evil Within IP still, and I guess maybe Ghostwire Tokyo. Not that necessarily would become a franchise, but man, I would love some Evil Within. So I'm disappointed that we didn't get whatever that content was.
I don't even know who that would go to. Just gonna sit on the IP.
How about the Coalition? Have a spin-off team make that. I don't know.
I feel like you said that as a joke, but actually that's not a bad idea.
That's what I'm saying.
The coalition might be able to do something cool with that.
Yeah. They already somewhat are in that horror genre with Gears of War E-Day.
Right, specifically like the horror action kind of thing. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, my hyperlink got really fucked there, but Nintendo has shut down Ryojinx, the Switch emulator that was supposedly immune, according to Tom Warren. This is Tom's words verbatim. The main competitor to Yuzu, which was previously shuttered by Nintendo as well, and now they're both gone.
That's sad.
Sad indeed.
And that kind of sucks. Did you? I found out, by the way, so they're suing Pal World because of their use of a gameplay. What do you call it?
Mechanic.
Yep. But they patented the mechanic after Pal World had already released. That fucking sucks.
And can you even do that? Like, I don't even know. Is that within? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, American law, maybe, right. But Japanese law, I don't know.
That's a good point, yeah. Speaking of Pal World, Christian, glad you brought that up. Krafton has also signed a deal to make a mobile version of Pal World. So we're going all in on Pal World despite this.
I'm wondering if do these companies know something that we don't? Because like going into this legal proceeding, whatever you want to call it, as far as I'm aware, Nintendo has not lost a lawsuit that it has filed in Japan. And yet we're seeing Pal World since the announcement get deals with Sony and get deals with Krafton. Are these companies planning to go to bat for them? Are they planning to, like, I know Sony is a Japanese company. Do they have some sort of game plan? Like, these companies aren't stupid, right? Like, I don't know. I'm curious about what's going on behind the scenes.
You gotta imagine though, like the lawsuit happened the day before the Sony announcement that it's coming to PlayStation. So that just like maybe they could have pulled it from the show. I guess if that was the case, if like they really don't want to support, but I can't speak to that part. But the Krafton one to me seems like okay, this has been in the works for a while, obviously. And if they're not going to pull out, that means to them that they have a way to kind of invest in a mobile market that may be able to cover any kind of legal costs that they have to endure after the fact. I don't know what that means for them, if they have to take down the game completely or switch gameplay. Doing something with mobile might cover them, because mobile is like, if it's big and mobile it has a huge audience, they might be able to like gain enough revenue from that to sustain them long term. And maybe Krafton saw like some kind of pitch within Power World's dev that was like, okay, sure, let's do this. I'm just speaking on my ass though. I don't know.
I guess it would also depend on how quickly they could develop it, because if the lawsuit, if the lawsuit concludes and it's found in Nintendo's favor, I would assume that would immediately shut down any development of the game on mobile.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
I guess it depends on the timing there. All right, guys. That's our show. You guys have anything else to add before we close it out?
Yeah, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, I forgot.
And-
Fuck.
And I've decided that I'm going to start buying more physical games, because I've been missing some games from this series in my personal collection. So I bought them, and it is so fun to go back and look at old pamphlets, whatever the manuals, because this one is insane. Like the way you learn about like some of the core gameplay mechanics in this game, the instruction manual is a manga for like 5 pages.
Wow.
That just teaches you how to play. And there's like other shit, obviously, like real manual stuff. But yeah, advertising for Silent Hill 2. You can mail in something to get more shit. This is a thick boy, man. Manuals used to be cool.
The last, sorry.
But I did learn that in the HD collection that just came out for all of them, there's like in the menus you can look at digital scans of the manual, so you can go through everything if you buy the new game as well. That's interesting.
I was going to say the last time I bought a retro game, I don't remember what game it was, but I was hoping it would come with the manual. But a lot of the times they just, I guess, lose it, or they keep hold on to it. But they're often missing, yeah. And that's like the second best part about buying those, like getting like a blast from the past like that you just showed us. But they're often missing, which is sad.
That's sad. Nostalgia gone away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot what you got for me. What you got for me, Dan? I got Pummel Party. We played over the weekend. Lots of fun. Great stuff. Still Halo, of course. I'm on my grind for hero rank by the end of the year. It's happening, boys. It's happening. But Roshan, what you got for me?
I got 2 things.
What?
I haven't played that much of it yet, but my girlfriend let me borrow her copy of Danganronpa, which is a visual novel mystery game. She said it's really good. I haven't played it. I've always wanted to play it, so I'm going to try it. So far, so good. I'm really enjoying it so far, but not much to say just yet.
That's the one where there's like a murder in a high school?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one.
Yeah.
Which one?
That's just America.
Oh God, Jesus. But yeah, this one's good so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm on the first game still. I barely scratched the surface, but I've been playing it every night, trying to get a little bit further in it on the Switch. The other thing that I have isn't a game, but the Uncharted movie for the first time was on Netflix. My mom pays for that thing, which is crazy. But I saw it there and I decided to watch it, and it was not good, but I enjoyed myself. That's what's important. It was not good. Tom Holland, I don't know what character he was playing. It wasn't Nathan Drake, but it was good. It was fun. I mean, it wasn't good. Right. It was fun. But yeah, that was a movie. That was certainly.
It was entertaining. It was an entertaining romp.
I didn't look at my phone. I watched the movie. So yeah.
It's kind of how I feel like that movie is kind of how Gage described the Halo show, which is if you haven't seen the Halo, or if you haven't played the Halo games, the Halo show was a okay show. But like, if you haven't played Uncharted, the Uncharted movie is an okay movie. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, something. But yeah, that's it. That's all.
Christian, what you got for me?
Yeah, I said my piece.
Okay. Gage, what you got for me?
I have been playing a Xbox PC Game Pass game released earlier this year. It's called Manor Lords. It is a gridless city builder game with RTS elements as well. It's very, very fun. It's been in development for 7 years. The bulk of that was just one guy doing it. And the game is it's very impressive. It's incredibly impressive. The graphical fidelity is, I would say, like unrivaled for a city builder. Honestly, I don't think I can think of a better looking city builder than how this game looks. Before it released, it's kind of one of those games that kind of seems like it's too good to be true and won't end up looking like this. And then it came out and it did look and play like how it was advertised. Don't know why I waited so long, but I finally jumped into it, and it's a fun game to just chill and zone out to. I really enjoy city builders, especially gridless ones. And yeah, it's cool stuff. Aside from that, pummel party with the lads on the weekend, which was a great time.
Who came in last, Gage?
Well, who really came in last was you. You lost
I don't think that's true.
You got the shit kicked out of you in the overworld. True.
And then who freaked the fuck out, Dan? Who freaked the fuck?
I don't think that's true.
I can't even repeat what you were saying. I can't even repeat what you were saying that night, Dan, on live on stream.
Harley freaked out because he turned into a robot.
His internet.
Yeah. And the final season 4, the finals continues to be one of the best shooters that you can play right now.
Whoa.
I don't know about that, but it's good. Yeah, it's fun. Best?
Name a better shooter right now. Best? That's alive right now.
Halo Infinite. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Dude, that clip you got, man, of Harley is so... What an awesome clip. First of all, bitch. The finals is fucking fun. I do not like the starting class for the light class. The starting gun. The M11? M9? No.
The Mac 10.
The fucking Uzi, whatever. Yeah. But then I played some with I didn't unlock it, but I went into the firing range to test a few guns. The semi-auto that the light class has and the sniper. Fucking incredible. The sniper I played one game with and I was like, wow, this actually kind of rocks.
Right.
I need to play light class for level up my sponsor.
Yep.
Who are you going to fight for? Go play the finals and find out. Thank you again to everyone watching us live and that's the wrong one. On YouTube and Twitch, as well as podcast services everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, Ubel, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. YouTube, Music, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcast. Thank you, Ro. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Gage. I am Daniel, and this has been Podcast PXN, and we are out. Much love, and keep on gaming.
See ya.
30 points.
Wow.
Oh, Kojima, thank you for the photo mode, Kojima.